Hey guys, what's going on? It's Illegal Car here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. So this is the Mio case, and for a while now, I told you guys how great this case is and how ergonomical it feels on the hands, and I stand by that. It's still a great case. However, as a lot of people commented saying that the Skull&Co case was a lot better and it was the originator of the idea, blah blah blah. Point being is I already knew that, but it was a Kickstarter, so it was gonna take a few months. In the meantime, I got that, and that was sufficient. It was great, but today, well, you see, there's a little glimpse of what we got. Alright, so basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do an unboxing of the Skull&Co grip case, which I'm glad it finally got here. It took maybe about they started shipping them around the end of April, and some as early March. But I got mine's kind of late, but that's also because I placed my order kind of late. And it seems to have shipped from China, as you can tell by the wonderful packaging, and look at this box. Oh man, good thing this isn't a collector's item, or I'd be kind of pissed. But anyways, there is the box itself. Now, I'm probably not gonna edit this video much because this is my first time with the Skull&Co grip, so let's hope that I don't make any mistakes along the way. So right here we can see that we get the case, because I did pay, I think it was an extra $10 to get the case that fits the grip. So nothing else in the box. I didn't go over the box that much just because it's kind of messed up, but anyways, the Mio case happens to fit into this case right here. It's called the Orsley Nintendo Switch case. I don't know the name of it, but this is the only case that I found, and it was actually recommended to me by a subscriber that fits this case, and I wanted to have the exact same comparison and the same kind of concept that I had with this one with the Skull&Co. Sorry about that. So that's why I ordered the one with the case. Not that I needed it, but you know, might as well do everything together. So right off the bat, this case is definitely a lot better quality than the Orsley one. This case feels like the Butterfox one that I have, that I don't have within reach right now, but it's a very strong mesh. It's not even a mesh, it's I guess it is a mesh. It's a nylon mesh. So it's really strong and sturdy, and it comes with the cool little skulls right there, so that's pretty cool. I like that already. Zippers feel nice and sturdy, not cheap. You have a little handle here for carrying it around. It's kind of standard in all the Switch cases. And so here's the actual thing itself. So the pocket inside doesn't have a zipper, which surprisingly I'm kind of a fan of, because I was always paranoid that if that zipper moved around a lot, it might scratch the screen. Even though I have a tempered glass, you know, you don't want your Joy-Cons to get scratched right here on the surface, so I like that already. These are the extra backings that I got, and I got these because I wanted them to match the Joy-Cons right here, as you can see, so we'll leave those right there. The strap that holds the Switch in place has a little bit of branding right here, which is really nice. This is leather. Let me see if I can get that closed up right there. So as you can see, that's leather right there, and it says Skull&Co, which is really cool. It has available slots for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 2, so 10 games. In comparison, the Orsley case had 8, so not a bad compromise. I like it already. Let me see what else is in here, and here's the case itself. And oh, it has an additional flap to protect the screen, so that's very nice. It has a little bit of a padding right here, which is really cool. You get that to zoom in a little bit or focus. There we go. And this is oh, that is really nice. Wow, that looks really nice. It's very elegant. And here it just tells you in the instructions basically how to put it on, but I mean it's not that hard. It's like putting on a phone case, so I'm sure we can figure it out together. Let me put that aside. And here's the case itself. And this is what I've been waiting for about 2 months now. And whew, right off the bat, I can say that there's a notable difference with the grips themselves. As you can see, it has kind of like a nice little groove right there, and it doesn't let your finger slide down. It's almost like I don't know, like a hump, like a little trigger hump, which is cool. You know, it's I like it. I like it so far. Right here on the back, it has the branding. That looks really nice. The plastic is the TPU, and it feels like the Mio case. If I had to say that this one was better, it would not be by much. I'd say maybe like a 8 would be the Mio, and this one would be like a 10. So it's noticeable, but it's not that noticeable. But right here, as you can see right there, it has a little unlock tabs, so that prevents the little plastics from coming out. You can still store games in there if you chose to, but I probably wouldn't recommend it. I'd maybe put my my thumb grips in there just because that's not gonna get damaged. But it's cool that they have a little locking mechanism, because that is one thing that I didn't like about the Mio case. And a few subscribers were actually telling me to glue it, but I didn't want to go as far as to do that. You get the extra backings right here. These ones are more along the lines of what you get in the Mio case. So let me go ahead and change one out to give you guys an example. Let me take this one off. Actually, that's the wrong one. I'm gonna do this in one take, so if I make mistakes, I apologize, but that's how we're gonna do it. Because here, in my channel, we show you real as it gets, real reactions. So that's about what you get on the Mio case itself. So I don't know if you can see the difference. The Mio case is actually, I'd say it's like an in-between, because this is a lot higher, but this is a lot lower, and then the Mio case is like a median ground right there. So Mio case is by any means not a cheap feeling case. It's just I don't know. It's just different. Not in a bad way. Just different, you know? Like me. I'm weird. Not in a bad way, but different. Alright. So, I think that's everything that comes in the case itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut right here, and then put the case on the Switch, and give you guys a full-on comparison, and try this out for a little bit. Okay, so this is what the case looks on when it's on. It's very sleek, very thin. Let me put the Mio one right here in comparison so you can see. The Mio case only had the hole right here for the power, and this one has these little holes right here. And I know a lot of people probably don't care. I happen to care because I have one of these stands right here that has the little holes in the. And what that does is it centers your Switch. That way, if you're playing, it doesn't move around or anything like that. See, as like right there, it just centered itself, which is great. You know, like if you're playing in tabletop mode. So that's an added feature. I like that. Let me see, around the back, they both have cutouts for the vents. Not much of a difference there. The one thing that is a big difference, and I think this is a plus, but for some people it might not be, the triggers are actually covered. They have this little flap that goes over them, and that's part of the case itself. So the reason I say I like that is because, like, let's say your hands aren't the cleanest, you know, and you happen to be playing it, you're not gonna get those little, you know, greasy buttons that some people get when they eat chips and then they play, because there's a little cover on there. So that's you know, that's cool. I like that. I like keeping my system clean, so definitely a fan of that. Ergonomically, I have to say it feels a lot different. Not in a bad way, but it feels a lot different. And that's only because these are a lot taller than these right here that I'm used to. If you can see the difference, there's like I'd say at least like a half an inch of thickness between both of them. Both of them are great cases. However, I will say that this feels a lot more secure. You know, you're not going to feel like you're going to pop this off. Like if I try to pop it off right now, let me get this to focus. If I try to get this, like I'm actually like, you know, trying to pull that off, it's not going to come off. These ones, on the other hand, because they're not like put on there very securely, they come off. You can do what a lot of people do with this case, which is crazy glue this, but then you lose the feature of putting stuff in there. But that's totally your call, and I wouldn't blame you if you had this case and you did that. The other thing is that the buttons right here at the top are more tactile, so clicking the power button and the volume up and down is definitely a lot easier than on the Mio case. Not a deal breaker though, that's just like a little thing I noticed. However, the big feature and the only reason that I went out and got this one and didn't just keep the Mio case is for one reason and one reason alone. And that is, when you have a dock, you're supposed to be able to dock it with the Skull&Co case, and with the Mio case you couldn't, because it just wouldn't make it all the way down. The Skull&Co, even though it's bigger on the grips, is actually significantly thinner right along these sides right here, where it even has grooves, and that theoretically is supposed to allow it to slide right in, and you're supposed to just slide it in and then click it. Ah! Oh no! Hold on, let me see. Wait. It's been a while since I put a switch in the dock, just because I didn't use the dock. I was using an extender just for the same reason, because I hate taking off cases and putting them back on and all of that nonsense. So let me see. You're supposed to... There we go. So you're supposed to click it down, and then it makes a click, and then it makes contact. But as you can see, it fits in there. And that is one advantage that this case has over any other case for that matter, that it just fits in there. And that's great, because you don't have to take it off. It is a tight fit. I will say that. It is definitely a tight fit. You're going to have to like wiggle it around when you take it out. But the fact that you can, you know, dock it with a case and not have to take off the case, that's a win right there. That's like a win-win situation. So the Skull&Co is definitely, I would say, a good case to have if you like having grips on your Nintendo Switch. I know some people, like my friend Nathan, they're not friends of that, or they're not fans of that. I don't know why. I mean, I like it, but, you know, I guess not everybody likes it. So yeah, you set the case right there, put it over, you close it, and you're good to go. Yep. So that's a Skull&Co review, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, be sure to comment in the comments below. You know, I always answer that whenever I get the chance. And like I said, guys, other than that, the case is great. I've used it before. Somebody that I know has it, so I mean, I can't brag about the case enough. Definitely this is a cheaper alternative, because this cost me about 20 bucks. You are gonna have to buy the carrying case separate that fits it, but that's like another 15 bucks, so 35 bucks, and you'll get it from Amazon within like a week. This was about 55, and you're gonna have to wait, you know, a few weeks, maybe a month. But if you don't mind the wait, I definitely go with the Skull&Co and support them, because, you know, they thought of the idea first, and they might come out with better products along the way. But, you know, if money's tight, then I wouldn't blame you for getting the Mio. The Mio's a great case. I had that case for months, never once had a problem. The grips never fell on me. But, you know, it's up to you in the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good one, and See you in the next one.